nu nó giờ nu cái định tu bản thiết này có lo chỗ ó phá này có cái nu nó giờ nu cái quật destroy rồi giờ thì tàu tràn tàu police như là tua gì xong nhớ trò hồ trong Saint Paul Minnesota đó nu nó cái tua trong bộ đi là đó này sẽ đợi đào xây đào bỏ đào tua xây cho cả tua dưới các cái cho chẳng đó dưới các cái xanh đó ok.
System through police brutality. I have a young woman right here. She's a widow today. Isn't that hurt? And that police officer who walked by us, did they smile? That hurts. And today we're all going to shout. We're all going to stand here. I just want to thank every one of you for being out here, standing for yourselves, for your father, for your uncle, and for those that will be on the police if the system does not change. We have enough lies. When I Google what's going on in Minnesota, what's the last 30 days of shooting, 2 months, and the page is whoop. What state is that? Why does the governor and the president look at the state where so many lives are lost? Innocent lives are lost. And today my uncle Yeshua couldn't speak English. He's not only a man, he's a war hero. The police officer took his life. And today the local news still says the police officers are honorable as heroes. No, we're not going to take that. We pay tax money for their jobs. We don't pay tax money to kill people.
Nope.
The police job is to protect and serve. They did not serve my uncle Yeshua. He's a veteran. He surrendered. He took cover by closing his door into his own home and get peace. But it was escalated by the police department with their actions of kicking the door down and shooting him 5 times. I don't need to tell the story anymore because you see it on all over Facebook and YouTube. If you have a daddy, if you have an uncle, it should hurt you. And we should have more people standing in this rotunda. But today, I am honored to have you guys join us. And today, we are honored to have these 2 powerful women of force that we are born with their nurturing hearts. So, thank you for the Black Lives That Matter. Thank you for the communities united against police brutality. We need you. We need each other. We're all going to embrace each other like this from now on. I have a sister. You have a brother. And when we go, we're going to go like this. They're going to take us and take all of them. But they will not do one single shot no more. No more. We're going to take our streets back. So thank you. I want to tell you. All of my home family members and brother and sister, that we come here with dignity and we know our rights, and we're going to fight this fight for justice with Yeshua and many of those young lives that was taken by police brutality. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys again.
We will now have my brother with Black Lives Matter Minnesota. After him, we will have many of the families that want to just announce and say that they are here to stand in solidarity today, to stand for their loved one. And then we'll have, but if you can, please keep your comments as brief as possible because we got a lot of speakers today. But we will now have my brother Trayvon Cruz with Black Lives Matter Minnesota. Thank you. Woo!
noticed that he was beaten worse or similar to what happened to Emmett Till. So I just want us to say his name real quick. Khalil Azad. Khalil Azad. Khalil Azad. Khalil Azad. Also, we want Keith Ellison to bring charges immediately in the case of Hardell Sherrill. That's my nephew. He was found dead in Beltrami County Jail. We've been doing this for 5 years. We know that law enforcement let him lie on the floor for 8 hours till he died, and we want some accountability. 6 days until he died. So we want some accountability in that now. Hardell Sherrill, say his name.
Hardell Sherrill.
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 Minnesota is home of the biggest racial wealth gap in America. The biggest racial wealth gap in America. We have a reparations bill right now, and we're demanding that we get a hearing ASAP. That bill's been sitting around since February, and our legislator is slow to move on it. So we want the legislator to move on that. That's one of the most, police accountability and closing the racial wealth gap are the most important issues in Minnesota right now, and there should be no delay in passing meaningful, powerful legislation like the Minnesota Migration Act and the 9 to 8 bills that Michelle Gross just mentioned. So, today we are demanding that the Minnesota Migration Act also calls for anti-lynching legislation. What happened to Amir Locke was like, and no-knock warrants. No-knock warrants need to be passed right away. No good cops in the racist system. 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 Also, I want us to give a big shout out to Shira Caraway from Family Supporting Families for putting this together and supporting all these families who are in here today with love and care. We need our legislator and our Senate to do the same to love and care us and pass meaningful legislation this session. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
No peace.
No racist.
No peace.
No racist.
No peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trayvon. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So now, we have quite a few speakers. So we have Jess Hansen that will briefly just say that she stands in solidarity with our community. And I don't want to stall out any further because the reason that we're here today is for Yeojong, for txoj, for Justin Tyen, for Dante Wright, for all of the families. We are here to support these families. So we want to make sure that they are front and center today. And so that is our whole goal, is to support the impacted families that lost their loved ones at the hands of this corrupted system here in the state of Minnesota. So without further ado, we will have our representative speak to us, Jess Hansen. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Jess Hansen. I represent District 55A. It's down in Savage in Northwest Burnsville. I came from a moment where John Thompson and I met marching, blocking highways, shutting down city council meetings, and after so many times of grieving with families and standing in solidarity in cold weather and hot weather, to politicians who would, some listened but most didn't, I decided I had to stop marching so much and I had to start running, because it was important that we had voices here at the Capitol who knew what it was like to be ignored, who watched other friends, family, and loved ones be shut down and not heard, that watched legislation get introduced and then just die. And that wasn't okay. So I'm proud to stand in solidarity with everybody who's lost somebody, because nobody should have to go through what we've gone through at all. law is now law in Minnesota. There's a lot of other things happening here at the Capitol, but what I want to just leave you with is that it's critically important that you continue to do what you're doing. You could choose to be anywhere doing anything with your time, but you chose to be here. And that's meaningful and important because this is what it looks like to be the change that we want to see in the world. So thank you all for choosing to be here today.
Thank you.
I'm here. Contact your representatives, contact your senators, ask them to push this agenda forward, make sure these bills get heard, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm always here. I'm a regular person that got elected to public office. I have a lot of power that nobody should have this much. So take some, please.
Yes.
Thank you. So we will now have words from Ye Zhong's family. Anyone from Ye Zhong's family that would like to? Okay. So we have the nephew of Ye Zhong who is here to stand for his uncle today. Before we have him speak, I want you guys to look around at each other and look at all of the different nationalities. We have Asian lives that are here. We have Black lives that are here. We have white lives that are here. We have Hispanic and Native lives that are here. And this is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
If you don't get it, if you don't get it, you don't get it. Thank you, the nephew of Ye Zhong. Thank you.
It's been 40 days since my uncle Ye died by the hands of the St. Paul Police Department. It has been some of the darkest days of our lives. My family has been trying to make sense of a loss that should have never happened. It's a pain that no family should ever have to endure. Knowing that a loved one was senselessly taken away, that their life was cut short by the very people who swore to protect them. These officers arrived on scene with disregard for my uncle's life. And they killed him in a matter of minutes, in less time than my speech today. If they had just taken a little bit of time to assess what is going on, they would have seen that my uncle Ye was of no harm to anybody. When Ye was standing in the Commons talking to bystanders, was he a threat? No. When Ye turned and walked away, was he a threat?
No.
When Ye retreated to his own apartment, was he a threat?
No.
But the St. Paul Police Department wants to justify his death by telling us that he charged with a knife. The only people who charged was the police when they charged into the building and they charged at my uncle. And then they killed him. If this can happen to a 65-year-old elder, a war veteran in our community, then it can happen to anybody. Mayor Carter and Chief Axel Henry wanted to bring diversity to the police force. They say it was for the benefit of the community. Yet these officers from our community still ended up killing the same people they swore to serve and protect. What does that say? This is not just about a few bad apples. It's an entire system that is so broken that allows people from our own community to turn around and kill us. On behalf of my family, Ye Zhong's family, I demand justice. We cannot continue to allow police officers with poor judgment and who use excessive force to go unpunished. We need real consequences for the police officers who betrayed the public trust and abused their power. It is unacceptable to have a system that won't hold its officers accountable. And this is a betrayal of the trust that we have placed in law enforcement. We must all stand together, and we must all demand justice not just for my family, but for all families.
Yeah.
Justice for all.
Justice for all.
Say his name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of the family of Amir Locke, his mother, Karen Wells. Thank you.
First, I want to say and start out by say their names to some of the family members that are not here because as Amir Locke's mother, I stand in solidarity with all families that have been impacted. Jamar Clark, say his name.
Jamar Clark.
Say his name.
Jamar Clark.
Cordell Handy, say his name.
Cordell Handy.
Courtney Williams, say his name.
Courtney Williams.
Noah Kelly, say his name.
Noah Kelly.
Marcos Paramo, say his name.
Marcos Paramo.
Paul Castaway, say his name.
Paul Castaway.
Brian Quiones, say his name.
Brian Quiones.
Travis Jordan, say his name.
Travis Jordan.
Japper Smith, say his name.
Japper Smith.
Philando Castillo, say his name.
Philando Castillo.
Amir Locke, say my baby's name.
Amir Locke.
As Amir's mother, it is very detrimental to turn on the news and see that another family has to go through what I had to go through when I got that fatal call on 2222. The thing that I look at is that they didn't even have the audacity to ask my baby what his name was. But because you didn't ask him what his name was, I'm going to continue to say his name until I can't breathe anymore. So you're going to get tired. If you guys, if they don't want to hear us chanting and doing whatever we have to do to get justice for our loved ones, then basically you need to own up to your mistake or you need to turn in your badge and your gun at the nearest precinct if you can't do your job. My son should still be here. So when I look out into the audience, I see Amir. Amir is still here. He has an older brother. When I see him, I see Amir. He has cousins. When I see his cousins, I see Amir. He has a father. When I see his father, I see Amir. When I look in the mirror, he has his mama, and I see Amir. So just let y'all know, like all the other parents, we are tired, all the loved ones, we are sick and tired. We put you guys in office, and you need to do what you need to do and have a heart. And some of y'all that we put in office that look like us, it's a shame that you still won't do right, and you got a son that look like mine. So just understand, I'm going to continue to stay out here, and I'm going to continue to be on the block until my son gets justice, until y'all give all of our families justice.
Say his name.
Amir Locke.
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 We will now have the mother of Kobe Heisler, Amity Demick. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Amity Demick, mother of Kobe Demick Heisler, young autistic man who was murdered. August 31st, 2019 by Brooklyn Center Police on a mental health crisis call. I stand here with Ya Zhang's family. I'm so sorry that you guys are going through this also. 50 years old, literally the worst thing I've been through in my life, and that includes breaking my back, having my back broken by a drunk driver, spending a year in the hospital, recovering. I'd like to just make people aware that in Brooklyn Center, they passed the Dante Wright Kobe Demick Heisler Community Safety and Crime Prevention Resolution. Put Katie Wright as chair of the policy work group, which is dealing with the low-level traffic stops, consent search, and no-knock warrants, and put myself as chair of the expanded response. This Monday, the 27th, the implementation committee will be giving their recommendations on the expanded response. with new leadership, new mayor, and 2 new city council members in Brooklyn Center. I need everybody with their eyes on Brooklyn Center. It took us so long to get the work done due to, I can't even get into whatever it's taken us to get this long, for Brooklyn Park to turn around yesterday and be the first city, you know, when really we should have been. I mean, I'm happy that Brooklyn Park is doing it, but when I sat and I thought more and more about it, and I'm glad we're standing right here, because I realized that Brooklyn Park, great. Brooklyn Center, great, but that only keeps you safe in 2 cities in our state. So as soon as we get done with what we're doing in Brooklyn Center, because it has Dante's name and Kobe's name attached to it, then we turn our full attention to the state level. We don't need to be dealing with any more of this stuff at the city level, because it will take too long and we will lose too many more lives, and we are not going to accept that. So please, everybody, keep your eyes on Brooklyn Center. Please show up at the city council meeting on Monday if you'd like to, and follow their page, and just do the calls. Just tell them that the community still wants it, and to pass it, so we can get this rolled out there, and then across the state, and then across the nation. Justice for all stolen lives, justice for Kobe Heisler, justice for Dante Wright.
Say his name, Kobe Heisler. Say his name.
Kobe Heisler!
Say his name.
Kobe Heisler!
Say his name.
Kobe Heisler!
We now have the mother of Howard Johnson, killed by St. Paul Police Department. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Monique. I'm Howard Johnson's mother. I stand in solidarity with all the families. I always get so nervous when I get up here and emotional.
We got you, Monique.
My son did not deserve to be ran over and then shot. The police are supposed to be here to protect and serve. They have no regard for a human life. There is no way that they should be police. And then they talk about transparency, right? Transparency. Makes me want to puke, because I have got nothing from them people. Nothing. Not a phone call, not nothing. It took for us to have a press release in order for them to even contact me, okay? That is so unfair. And then also, I would like to say to the community, to the people that are watching this right now, to the black people, to our community, it is affecting us as a whole. And I feel like there should be more people here supporting us. Support yourself, because it ain't happened to you yet. I'm gonna say yet, and pray to God that it does not happen. But I didn't think it would happen to me either. Karen didn't think it would happen to her. Tashira didn't think it would happen to her. Amity didn't think it would happen to her. But they have no regard for human life. So we need to unite and come together so that we can change. So that we can change the laws, the legislature, the